Fear is the universal guardrail that keeps most people from veering off the safe, predictable road. It shapes careers, relationships, and even the conversations we dare to have. Yet there is one type of man who treats fear less like a barrier and more like a compass: the Sigma male. A Sigma stands outside the pecking order. He isn't chasing dominance like an alpha, nor hiding in the herd like a beta. He moves on his own axis, guided by inner metrics rather than public opinion. Because of that mindset, the terrors that freeze other people often serve as mile markers on his path. In this video, I'll be discussing 8 things everyone fears except Sigma males. Number 1. Being alone. Loneliness drives many into toxic relationships, endless social scrolling, or noisy friend groups that drain more than they give. A Sigma experiences solitude as prime territory for growth. He schedules alone time the way others schedule vacations. In quiet rooms, he hears the unfiltered dialogue of his own mind. Goals without outside bias, problems without groupthink, and new ideas before they're sanded down by compromise. Jean-Paul Sartre nailed it. If you're lonely when you're alone, you're in bad company. The Sigma has become excellent company for himself. He cultivates inner conversation through reflection, reading, and hands-on problem solving. In that space, he balances budgets, plans the next 6 months, and audits his character, tasks impossible when background chatter never stops. Solitude recharges him with clarity, so that when he does re-enter society, he shows up focused, not desperate. Number 2. Confrontation. Most people sidestep conflict, fearing awkward moments and bruised egos. They sugarcoat feedback, drop hints, or complain behind closed doors. A Sigma views direct confrontation as preventive maintenance. If a boundary is crossed, he addresses it early, before resentment calcifies. His delivery is calm and specific, naming the issue, describing its impact, and stating the required correction. There's no shouting, just sharpened precision. Because he tackles small fires quickly, he rarely faces wild infernos later. This habit builds a reputation that discourages passive aggression. People know where they stand. Blunt honesty might sting, but the wound is clean, and respect grows from the absence of hidden agendas. Number 3. Death. Mortality paralyzes most people because they treat life as a right instead of a windfall. A Sigma sees existence itself as winning the cosmic lottery. Trillions of atoms arranged just so, sparking a consciousness that might be rarer than any mineral or galaxy. Statistically, the universe is vast darkness. Vacant planets, silent stars, frozen rock. To be a thinking, feeling observer in that emptiness is almost absurdly fortunate. The Sigma wakes up each day aware that odds favored non-existence, and that awareness rewrites his relationship with death. He treasures breath, heartbeat, and curiosity, yet does not cling to them in panic. The same cosmic math that granted consciousness will one day reclaim it. Fearing that cycle is like fearing sunrise after night. Instead, he lets the inevitability of an ending sharpen the present. Projects advance, gratitude deepens, grudges dissolve, and trivial worries shrink under the perspective of galactic scale. Death is not a looming monster. It is the quiet reminder that this improbable spark is finite and therefore priceless. Number 4. Having unpopular opinions. In many circles, disagreeing with the crowd can feel like social exile. People fear side-eye at family dinners, unfollows online, or whispers in the break room. A Sigma has trained himself to separate ideas from identity. He researches, tests, and refines his stance. And if the findings clash with mainstream beliefs, he voices them anyway. He would rather be accurate than approved. When pushback arrives, he treats it as data. Maybe the dissent highlights a blind spot worth fixing, or maybe it exposes herd thinking he'd rather avoid. Either way, he keeps talking. Over time, this fearless honesty attracts listeners who crave unfiltered truth, forming a network built on substance rather than trend compliance. Number 5. Walking away from family. The quote, "blood is thicker than water," pressures many to endure destructive relatives indefinitely. The Sigma rewrites that proverb. Loyalty is thicker than blood. If a parent manipulates through guilt or a sibling sabotages progress, the Sigma establishes distance without ceremony. He doesn't hold press conferences or throw blame. He simply stops feeding attention and resources into the toxic loop. That freed energy goes into friendships, mentors, and healthy relatives who reciprocate respect. Ironically, his firm boundaries sometimes inspire offending family members to reassess their behavior. Proof that holding the line can heal more effectively than endless tolerance. Number 6. Starting over in a new city with no contacts. New zip codes terrify most people. Unknown streets, zero support network, and the risk of failure in full view. The Sigma sees relocation as a live fire exercise in adaptability. By resetting routines, finding new housing, building local alliances, learning area norms, he flexes the same muscles that generate career agility and emotional resilience. Hacking light forces him to evaluate what possessions truly matter. Being anonymous lets him redefine himself without old reputations shadowing progress. Each successful move reinforces a core belief: skills and discipline travel better than comfort zones. Number 7. Cutting ties with lifelong friends who enable mediocrity. Many pride themselves on the length of a friendship rather than its quality. They endure peers who nudge them toward bad habits, all in the name of history. The Sigma measures friendship by mutual elevation. If a longtime buddy mocks every new ambition or normalizes stagnation, the Sigma initiates a candid talk. If nothing changes, the goodbye is swift but respectful. Decades of acquaintance are not a credit line to drain his momentum. The vacuum left by a negative influence soon fills with more driven allies, proving again that pruning is required for any healthy system to thrive. Number 8. Owning past mistakes out loud. Few things trigger anxiety faster than public admission of failure. Many bury errors under excuses to avoid feeling small. The Sigma sorts shame from responsibility. He names the mistake, outlines what it cost, and details the fix. By dragging error into daylight, he strips it of power. Critics have nothing new to expose. More importantly, he turns the lesson into shareable capital, knowledge that prevents repeat hits and helps others navigate similar pitfalls. Each confession becomes proof that growth matters more than ego, cementing a cycle where transparency feeds mastery. What happens when a Sigma male faces the fears that grip everyone else? He doesn't ignore them. He interrogates them, extracts their lessons, and converts them into strategic advantages. Solitude sharpens thought. Confrontation cleans relationships. Mortality fuels action. And unpopular truth guides decision-making. The landscape of fear becomes his training ground, turning obstacles into markers of progress. In a world ruled by what-ifs, the Sigma's refusal to tremble is less bravado and more blueprint, showing that courage isn't the absence of fear, but the art of harnessing it for forward motion. Do you agree with the points I discussed in this video? We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. For more deep dives into the Sigma male mindset, be sure to check out our other videos. Thank you for watching and being a part of our community. If you're ready to continue your journey toward achieving greatness, hit the like button and subscribe so you won't miss out on future videos. Click here to see 8 unexpected stages every Sigma male goes through.